at this point in the game, so that was quite a disappointment. However, I do have Mutalisks in the back, I have a ground army coming in the front, and this is when I first see his battlecruisers. These battlecruisers, if they can amass enough battlecruisers, can become very, very dangerous and very potent against the Zerg army. So I'm coming in with my Mutalisk, and just then he gets his second battlecruiser. And battlecruisers can really eat up Mutalisks, as they do have the initial 3 armor, making the Mutalisk attack very, very weak against them. But I'm able to clean up the Marines with my Roaches and my Zerglings, and I'm able to take down this battlecruiser with the remains of my Mutalisk force, and I take down this expansion, which will make me up another expansion since I have my hatchery here. However, he does have now 2 battlecruisers, a group of Marines, and a group of Hellions, with his Raven pushing forward towards my base. I see him from the Zalnaga, I see him with the creep, which I spread down to the middle of the map. And if you look on the units and the production tab, you'll see that I am focusing now on trying to get some corruptors out, because corruptors are absolutely one of the best counters, really the only way that Zerg can efficiently handle battlecruisers. So here he is, he's right outside of my gold expansion. I'm looking at my army counter right now, you can see it's fairly even. And now I have all these Mutalisks as well as 2 corruptors coming in to focus down these battlecruisers. The battlecruisers, however powerful they are not a match for all of these corruptors and Mutalisks. My hatchery is getting slowly roasted by these Hellions, but they did manage to take out all the drones mining there. Here's when I notice that the point defense drone does suck up the attacks from the corruptors, and I cannot even kill the single Raven here, and do end up losing one of my corruptors to the measly auto turret. More Hellions running in trying to deal damage, but my spine crawlers will poke them, and my queen will finish them off. A lone Zergling pulling out a refinery as I bring in Zerglings. I'm really finally noticing that I don't have metabolic boost. I would probably hit myself in the head. Or that was a very poor play on my part. But I run in now. I see he has his expansion, but he has too many Hellions, too many Marines, and this battle cruiser here for me to do any damage. Even though he has a smaller army, the battle cruiser with the Marine support is very effective. Production counter now, I'm producing more Zerglings, Roaches, and I'm getting my Mutalisk while he is upgrading his expansion to an orbital command, and he really needs this base here as he is out of minerals from his main. As you can see in the income, I do have now more income than he does, but he has a lot of mules, so once those mules run out, you'll see his income drop by a couple hundred even. Now moving out with burrowed Roaches, I don't know why I burrowed them so early, but it'll be good to see what I can see, as I'm now trying to get some more corruptors to take down the battlecruisers that I'm fairly certain will be coming. He's right now trying to get up his expansion, not doing anything too drastic, and what I did was I wanted to get my in-base hatchery. As you can see, I have 1,500 minerals right here, not spending them fast enough. My queen right here, I did not plant larvae very efficiently. That's something I've been getting better at over the past couple weeks. But getting a second hatchery will make my production go much faster, and I will not have all this excess minerals lying around. He does have these 2 siege tanks still. Siege tanks can be very good against my units, and I have my bunch of Zerglings here just scouting around. I do put a single burrowed Zergling here at this mineral patch, preventing him from being able to land and mine from this expansion. And all he needs to do really is use a single scan from an Oracle Command or bring over a Raven, but at the moment he is absolutely unable to land because of the Zergling that I have burrowed there. Meanwhile, while he's struggling with taking this expansion, I have my own expansion at the same location beginning to be built. Bringing in more Mutalisks, trying to harass, don't want to fall too far behind, trying to come in the back. However, Barballs has situated a few missile turrets here, missile turret there, missile turret here, keeping me from really efficiently attacking his base with my Mutalisks. So this is going to be probably a little low point in the game as we both macro up and try and regain our armies. Trying to do some damage without getting too far in and making myself susceptible to the missile turrets by just taking a couple shots at these barracks before the Marines and the battlecruiser fly in. Or run in for the Marines. Yeah. Okay. I now have roaches, zerglings, corruptors, and my mutalisks. I think I probably overreacted with his corruptors. I saw the fact that he had battlecruisers at one point, but he really seemed to have laid off the battlecruiser production, leaving me with a lot of inefficient units. These corruptors can do no damage to land unless I tech up to tier 3, and which is exactly what I'm gearing to do. I'm getting my infestation pit. I'll be able to upgrade to a hive, and then at that point I'll be able to get the broodlords, which are very, very good counters to ground. Finally getting the dual evo chambers. Probably should have done that a little earlier, but some upgrades are better than none, so that's still a very good move. Evo chambers are very, very useful for the Zerg player. Meanwhile, I'm moving in with my now metabolic boosted Zerglings, trying to take this expansion, which I know he now has. I'm just going to swarm in. He does have a couple of hellions here, but not nearly enough to take back all these Zerglings. He should lift off this expansion soon and fly away. As you can see, now that his all of those pesky little mules are gone, my income is way higher than his. So he's breaking down his destructible rocks, which he should have done sooner to make it easier to defend this expansion. I now have all these corruptors, and I still feel as though he probably has a lot of battlecruisers, and I'm ready to move in now and do my attack. As you can see, my army is significantly, it's twice the size of his army. I really had the opportunity to attack earlier on and probably should have taken it. However, it's never too bad a thing to be cautious. I'm getting my gold saturated, getting this new expansion saturated. And what I'm trying to do is take the gases here first, but I'm not really doing that. However, here I'm swarming into his base. I have my roaches, my zerglings, my corruptors not doing anything. They're sitting there and not doing anything. He has a single battlecruiser, but here we go. Corruptors, time to do your business. Taken out instantly, like sniping that battlecruiser and then running away because they're pointless. Anyway, I do have these roaches here, which should be enough to take out these last few Marines. Hopefully, if I move them to attack, which I am not. So we will see. Anyhow, I did take out all of these mining SCVs, and I was forced to be mining out of only one base. His income, abysmal 350. As I finish off these Marines and this SCV and the mule. At this point, I still have a huge army, as you can see on this army tab, producing more roaches, more zerglings, more mutalisks, whatever. And now getting to hive to get my broodlords, but that really will not be necessary, as right now Barballs realizes that he cannot fight any longer, that the Terran is going to lose the game, and he GG's. It'll just be a minute before I GG, so I fast forward to see right before I win the game. I push forward with my roaches, and he just simply does not have enough forces to take it out. So this was the second game in this series with me and Barballs in the Newegg Wanfest tournament, which would mean I would progress to the next round. And unfortunately, I did not save that replay, and so I do not have that replay to show you. But it was between me and another Terran player. However, this Terran player beat me in both games. Neither of them were too interesting. They were just really good Reaper harass and Reaper really all-in even in both. So I did lose in the round of 64 in the Newegg Wanfest tournament. But he went on to the next round to lose to QXC. So I played QXC by proxy. Just something to keep in mind. I hope you enjoyed this replay, and I'll be signing out.